if you want to take care of it, I'd appreciate it. She knows. Not that it matters.
All right. Rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
19, 2016. Okay, please call the roll.
Mayor Delaquila.
Here.
Assistant Director of Law DeChiro.
Here.
Councilman at Large Bicker.
Here.
Councilman at Large Kranek.
Here.
Councilman at Large Traffus.
Here.
Ward 1 Councilman Biassiata.
Here.
Ward 2 Councilman Frondorf.
Here.
Ward 3 Councilman Kukrow.
Here.
Ward 4 Councilman Petro.
Here.
Director of Public Service and Properties Levis.
Here.
Building Commissioner Morrow. Engineer Dan Collins.
Here.
See you
We
there.
still got to get you in the swing of things, Dan.
And actually, before I forget, let's order him a nameplate.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Good evening. Okay. We'll open up to the audience on legislation only. If anybody has any comments on legislation tonight, please approach the podium and state your name and address. Thought you were getting up, Mark. Okay. Ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance number 143, 2016.
Council President,
Councilman Kranek.
I move that we table ordinance number 143, 2016.
I second.
Is there any discussion?
Do we want to clarify this for the media in the room?
Sure. Want me to?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
I'm seeing yeses and nos.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So everybody is aware, ordinance number 143 is in regards to increasing the compensation of council people. This started 10 years ago when former Councilman Tom Littlepage asked council to place a charter amendment on the ballot for the residents to vote on that would increase the pay of council, but make it equal to the minimum amount needed to earn a full credit in PERS. For decades, council members were making $4,000 a year. Then the residents voted in favor of this charter change I just mentioned. 3 years ago, Governor Kasich had PERS increase the minimal monthly earnable amount to $600. So 3 years ago, council received that increase as was mandated by our charter. Currently, council members make $600 a month. Governor Kasich and PERS just increased that minimal earnable amount from $600 a month to $630 a month. In order to make sure that we do not violate our charter and the wishes of our residents who voted on this, council has to increase their salary from $600 to $630, a little bit over $300 a year. We are tabling this ordinance today just to make sure we're 100% certain that we don't actually need to pass an ordinance. Why create more paperwork if we don't need to? And the reason for that is the charter overrules ordinances, and the charter indicates that this particular item has to take place. Pat, do you have anything to add to that?
Yes, Mr. President, thank you. With respect to that, it's nothing different than what our charter says. Actually, the old ordinance said, refer to the charter. We just thought for transparency issues, we would just reference what the monthly PERS was. It wasn't anything more other than for information, but it may be too much. Maybe it's just better to say, refer to the charter because it's going to change to 19, 20, 21. So instead of just bogging us down with the charter that it's going to be needed to be changed every 2 years, it might be better to just table it, see if we need it at all. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. Does anybody further have anything on this?
I think it's, Mr. President,
Councilman
I
Kukrow?
think it's important to point out that the increase was how much?
$30 a month.
$30 a month. And, you know, it's well stated, we talked about in the caucus meeting that we're forced to do this and nobody's voting, wants to vote to make this happen, so.
Anybody further? Okay. Please call the roll.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 143, 2016 has been tabled. Moving on to resolution number 79, 2016.
Yes, Mr. President.
Councilman Frondor.
I move the council suspends the rules under the charter and reads resolution number 79, 2016 by title only for its first and final reading.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Resolution number 79, 2016, introduced by Mayor Delacuilla and Councilman Traffus, Frondor, Bicker, Kranek, Biassiata, Kukrow, and Petro. A resolution authorizing the mayor to file an application with the Cuyahoga County Department of Development for the 2017 Cuyahoga County Municipal Grant Program and declaring an emergency.
Resolution number 79, 2016 has been read for its first and final reading. Is there a motion?
Yes, Mr. President.
Councilman Frondor.
I move that we adopt resolution number 79, 2016.
I second.
Is there any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President.
Councilman Biassiata.
Just real quick, I'd like to remind everyone what this is. It's the Community Municipal Grant Program. The city utilized this grant program back in 2015 to resurface Chatham and Essex streets. In 2016, we applied for this grant for Beacon Hill Court. We did not make the cut. We're going to apply again for Beacon Hill Court in Ward 1 again this year. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Resolution number 79, 2016 has been adopted. Moving on to resolution number 80, 2016.
Mr. President,
Councilman Kukrow.
I move that we suspend the rules under the charter and read resolution number 80, 2016 for its first and final reading.
Second motion, Mr. Chairman.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Resolution number 80, 2016, introduced by Mayor Delacuilla and Councilman Traffus, Frondor, Bicker, Kranek, Biassiata, Kukrow, and Petro. A resolution authorizing the mayor to file an application with the Cuyahoga County Department of Development for the 2017 Cuyahoga County Supplemental Grant Program and declaring an emergency.
Resolution number 80, 2016 has been read for its first and final reading. Is there a motion?
Mr. President,
Councilman Kukrow.
I move that we adopt resolution number 80, 2016.
Second motion, Mr. Chairman.
Is there any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President.
Councilman Biassiata.
Very briefly again, let the audience know and everyone on TV, this is a new grant funded by the casino revenues. Seven Hills is going to try to get their share of the money. I brought this to the administration's attention rather late in the game. We originally were going to try to put these funds to a park, but we couldn't get that information together. So another worthy cause, we're going to apply for Joy Oval. This represents, if granted, about half the cost to resurface that street. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Any further discussion?
Yes, I have one comment to
Councilman
make.
Frondor.
You just heard Councilman Biassiata, speak about this grant that's coming from the casino proceeds. And I just want to say that I know that Mr. Biassiata has a very vested interest in this. I know that he frequents the casino, as does the council president for that matter. So everyone listening out there, their money is funding your street if we get this grant.
Touche. Myself and the council president there's no limit to our community service.
Tony, I think we're going to fund Joy Oval.
Yeah. Maybe the next, no, never mind.
Yeah. Okay, Tony, thank you for finding this. I know it was short notice. I'm glad we got this done so quickly. So good job on that. Dan Collins, our engineer, thanks for your work on these. We appreciate everything you've been doing. You're really earning your keep around here. So thank you.
Oh, Mr. President, I want to just piggyback that. I forgot. I want to also thank our engineer, Dan Collins, for all the work that he's done on 7926 and 8026. Particularly the second one, it was short notice, and we're still going to make the deadline. So thank you, Dan.
Thank you. Anybody further? Please call the roll.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Resolution number 80, 2016 has been adopted. I want to mention if we get these grants, Dan, maybe we can give you a $30 raise. All right. Come on, guys, that was a joke.
Per year. Leave the jokes to Eddie, man.
Yeah. All right, council will be open to the audience. If you have anything to mention, please approach the podium. Nothing? Okay. Such other businesses may come before council. Let's go around the dais real quick. Dan Collins.
Just Merry Christmas to everybody and Happy Holidays.
Thank you. Mayor?
I just want to echo that. Merry Christmas, everybody. We'll see you after the holidays and after the Christmas holiday, and happy holidays to everybody.
Thank you. Stuart Levis?
Again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Patrick DeChiro?
Nothing.
Nothing. Just like Rich. It's even shorter than Pignatello's report. You got it down to one word. Councilman Frondorf.
Nothing.
Councilman Petro.
Nothing, Mr. Chairman.
Councilman Kukrow.
Merry Christmas. Nothing.
Councilman Kranek.
Wish you all a peaceful and happy Christmas and a blessed New Year.
Councilman Bicker.
Merry Christmas, everybody, and Happy Holidays.
Councilman Biassiata.
Thank you, Mr. President. Start on a joyous note, wishing you all happy holidays and those that celebrated a very Merry Christmas. I want to thank all my fellow members on council for sending their condolences at the last council meeting. It's much appreciated. I missed last council meeting on the death of my first cousin, who I kind of grew up with and very close with my uncle, his dad. I want to give special thanks to Councilman Traffus and Frondor for attending the wake. Much appreciated. That said, I want to kind of use my position just to do a little public service message. Get it out there. There's a class coming up at the Parma Heights Library, which is part of the Cuyahoga County Library System, which Seven Hills is a part of. The dates for this class are January 12th, 19th, and 26th. And the program is Understanding Addiction. It's free. You can register by calling 440-884-2313. Once again, that's coming up in January. It's Understanding Addiction. The phone number is 440-884-2313. The number of drug overdoses in our area is growing at an alarming rate. So if you know somebody struggling with addiction, you or encourage that person to sign up and get help. I'll just leave it at that. So thank you for this time, Mr. President. Back to you.
Thank you, Councilman. We all extend our sympathies to you and your family. Other than that, Merry Christmas, Seven Hills. Make a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Please call the roll.
Okay. Biassiata.
Yes.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Meeting is adjourned.
We made that motion, so we have a couple seconds. Well, Tom's first. Give it to you. Give it to you.
You got it.
Man, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, so.
Okay. Hang in there.
Yeah, I'm going to be sure.
Merry Christmas. God bless you.